Here's a rice grain tea set. These have a lovely secret that I will reveal later in the video. Let's see how much it is.
Hello everyone, it's Tiffany with Thrifting Vegas. I shop at thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales and discount stores for items I can resell for profit on online platforms like eBay, Poshmark and OfferUp.
Will we find something you like? Come with me and let's go thrifting! If you're ready to go thrifting from the comfort of wherever you are, you're in the right place. We're headed to the Goodwill at Rainbow and Cheyenne here in Las Vegas. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's go thrifting. Just look at our beautiful blue Las Vegas sky. The weather's perfect, about 70 degrees. Not bad for mid-October. Today is senior day. The parking lot is looking a little bit full, but I can see that they still have some carts available. We have to remember to see what the color of the day is. It's on a sign right inside the door. Here we go. Goodwill's color tag of the week is a wonderful thing. Any item with that color price sticker is 50% off. We have our cart. The light is glaring. The color tag of the week is purple. All purple tagged items are 50% off. Halloween's in full swing here at Goodwill. These inflatables, I believe, are among Goodwill's retail priced items, as is this whole shelf, mostly closeouts from other stores. I've got my Thrifting Vegas blanket in the cart. Here we are in the hard goods section, which is mostly donated items. Ooh, look at those vases over there. Let's head this way just for a minute. We've got some Asian style vases. They look to be ceramic or porcelain. Ooh, they are $8. Definitely modern. That's $16 for the pair. I don't know that there's quite enough room for profit on those, so we'll leave them for somebody else. Let's start in the figurines and collectibles. I'm seeing a terracotta pumpkin candle here, but they're asking $10 on that. We've got an anchor hocking vintage orange carafe. Those used to do well if you had the lid and the glasses, but these days there are so many available. A souvenir bell, some pottery, candle holders. We've got some dolls over here, soap dishes. Ooh, what is this little piece? I think that is somebody's project. Very, very lightweight and a little bit crazed. Signs, some more dolls. Always checking the bottom shelf. That aisle suddenly got a little bit crowded, so we've moved over to the mug section. We'll see if we can find any vintage. That's a tea strainer for a single serve pot, I think. Any artisan pottery. Ooh, that's a pretty pattern. It reminds me of the Monosov of Russia. Has a big repair on the handle. I think that actually is a Target pattern. Lots of sets. Mugs are expensive to ship. They're usually in the £2 rate, so I'm being really, really selective on mugs. Villeroy and Boch, an excellent brand to be on the lookout for. And we have a rooster, which are very popular at the moment. Ooh, this mug has some stains and swirls on the inside. And I have to bear in mind that that is going to take supplies and time and effort to clean, so I'll leave it. A martini glass. I think that is a college sports team on there. This mug is Corelle. I can tell by the shape. I'm not familiar with that design, but it's very pretty. Let's see. More mugs. Ooh, these glasses are very mid-century. I love that design. They do look like they've been through the dishwasher quite a bit, though. It's wearing off. This is pretty. You could absolutely use that as a vase. These two. I think that one is an IKEA pattern. Here's a rice grain tea set. These have a lovely secret that I will reveal later in the video. Let's see how much it is. Wait, $2? You can't beat that. And the mugs are only 99 cents a piece. Let's get these carefully into the cart. This set isn't too terribly old, but the pattern is popular and it does very well for me. We do need to be on the lookout for some saucers to go with the cups, and they possibly came in a set of 6, although the 4 will do just fine. This is interesting. Do recognize that sticker. I think it's a jelly jar. It came with a spoon and maybe a lid. So let's pop it into the cart as well, and we can see if the other pieces to it are somewhere on these shelves. Oh my goodness, look at her. She is a baking soda freshener for your refrigerator. Definitely vintage. You don't see these very often, and it looks like she is in perfect condition. I can't believe she is in her original box. Absolutely lovely. She's only 99 cents. That one is a no-brainer. It even has instructions on how to use her on the side of the box. Yes, I really need this. Oh, it's $10. Later in the video, I'll explain why. That is very sticky, and tell you about a hummingbird feeder mishap I had this week. I also have an update on the sculptural face plaque that we found at Broadacres Marketplace in a previous video. This has quite a bit of damage, and I'm going back. I'd carefully packaged it and sent it back to the artists, Dana and Jeannie at Paper and Stone, in the hopes that they could repair it for me. You've probably noticed that my little side stories continue from video to video. So if you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that button so you don't miss a video. And if you're new here, I have a playlist of every single one of my videos from 2025 in order. I'll pop that in the first comment on this video and in my description. Ooh, look at this baker. It has a basket holder, which unfortunately looks a little moldy and worn, but I love these glass dishes. Very, very useful. Underneath is, this is Woodhill. Sadly doesn't sell for much, so $6 is a bit too much for me for resale. Actually, this probably belongs across the aisle here in the plates, bowls and dishes. Oh my goodness, is this still here? Is this the same one? A video or two ago, we saw this cast iron little teapot. It's missing its lid, but so many of you had great suggestions for it, from a doorstop to a little planter, even as a hummingbird house. These placemats are still here as well, and I'm excited because I had a little bit of regret that I didn't pick them up last time. There are 3 of them. I don't think they are the English Pimpernel brand, but they're really nice quality. $3 a piece. What else do we have down here? Some tiles. Oh, that's pretty, but it has a massive crack across there. Let's leave those, and we will just grab our placemats. Oh, that's pretty too. It's a little pie server with snowmen. Perfect for Christmas. Only $1. We'll grab that as well. Placemats. Pop them into the cart. And let's keep going. I must have missed this the first time, but I just saw it through the shelves. It's a lovely Asian vase or goblet. It reminds me of a Japanese chokin. It's only $2. It would be lovely with some flowers in it, wouldn't it? Let's pop that into our cart. Here's a little wooden box. I love the faux wicker on there. It looks like it was made to be a photo frame in the top. It's missing its glass. What else? Secret lock box. Oh, this is a little puzzle box for gift giving. It's $4. These are really fun to work out. You have to see if you can solve the puzzle and open them. Wow, what is that? Look at the carving on that. It's a lovely welcome sign. And I think it's a musical chime. Some of the little dongles are missing, but those could probably be replaced. Let's not forget our box. We'll pop these two pieces into our cart. We're here in the wood and frames, plaques and signs. This is a monstera leaf, one of my favorite plants. It's a cutting board. Oh, it's missing the knife. The knife, I think, serves as the stem. It's a shame that that's missing because it would have cleaned up really lovely with some mineral oil. That is so funny. Not something that I would hang, but it's good for a giggle. Lots of signs, some frames here. Here's an advent calendar. A few of you have asked for advent calendars, but just to demonstrate, many of them, like this one, end up very, very damaged here at Goodwill. But fingers crossed that somebody who is very talented could perhaps make some little doors and knobs and repair that. What else can we see? All sorts of stacks on these shelves. Some boxes. That's got the furry inside. Over here are a couple of wall crosses. This one has a little angel mounted on it. She is lovely. Only $1. And this one has a layered assemblage look to it, almost Hobby Lobby style. $4 on that. Very modern, intentionally aged. I think we'll leave it. This gives me the opportunity to share something with you that I've been wanting to for quite some time. Ooh, look at this paperweight. It's an owl. Tragically, he is very, very chipped. But I do think I have a bear one at home that I can share in my haul. Let's pop our angel into the cart. And my subscriber, Cerise, has created a cross wall from crosses she has purchased at thrift stores and from resellers. And I am going to share that with you here because I think she did an amazing job. Do let me know what you think of her amazing cross wall in the comments. And I'd love it if you could tell me which is your favorite cross in Cerise's collection. Look at this Happy Halloween plaque. I love these characters, but unfortunately it's in really rough shape at the corners. Here we are in the metal aisle and some baskets have migrated through. This one looks like the hoarder to the Pyrex baker we saw earlier. Oh, look at this one. This is woven with a pattern. It has a tribal feel to it. It's absolutely lovely. It's got a hook for hanging in super condition and it's only $3. Let's pop that into our cart. Poking out here is what I think is a piece of California pottery. This is Winfield ware. All these things on top are super duper heavy. Let's see if I can just slide it out. I want to show you the mark on the bottom so you can be on the lookout for it. Winfield ware of Santa Barbara, California. It's a bamboo pattern. Now tragically, I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to zoom in. It's really, really badly crazed, which is very unfortunate because it's a lovely piece and they are asking $8 for it. Had it been a couple of dollars, I might have picked it up, but $8 is just too much for me for resale. More baskets up here. This one looks very modern, definitely mass produced. I love the yellow on it, but they're asking $10. And I have a feeling that that came from IKEA. We're in the miscellaneous utensil section. We're on the hunt for the spreader that goes with the little ceramic pumpkin we put into our cart earlier. This piece is a Longaberger pottery. It's a bread basket warmer. Now it is a little bit scuffed at the corners there, and I don't think these sell for ever so much. It's priced at $5, and I want to say its resale value is around $8, maybe $12. But I'm going to pop it into the cart and just double check recently sold items on eBay. There is no sign of the little spreader or the lid for this pumpkin piece, so unfortunately that will have to go back on the shelf. I'm a bit sad. I just noticed something, a massive chip on the lid of this teapot. It's always a really good idea to give everything you've found a good double check over before you go to the checkout. But I do want to show you something. We won't be taking these home, so I'm going to show you now. Look at these rice grains. They are translucent. They let the light through. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can actually make a lovely little display putting some fairy lights into the teapot. Back it goes onto the shelf with its cups. That is such a shame. No sign of the saucers though, so I'm hopeful that somebody will find the whole set and not be ever so bothered about that chip. These are a little unsteady on the shelf, so we'll just turn them over to make them stable. They just wheeled out a brand new cart of Goodwill treasures. This location separates them into categories by basket. This one is obviously glassware and some dishes. Let's see, we've got pictures and frames in the bottom. Up here, metal and wood. This is a little pillar candle stand. We've got more glass in there. Ooh, what's this? Kitcheny bits. Got a creamer. I thought that was going to be artisan pottery, but it is mass produced. These are still here. I'm a little bit tempted. We are back in the vases, planters, and florals, having a look. Ooh, look at this piece. Hand-painted pottery. It's definitely European. $4. What does that say? Artist name, made in Tunisia, maybe? It's a lovely piece, very unique. It's missing a cork or a stopper, but you could use it as a vase. These look like Vidrios San Miguel, lovely amber pieces. It does have a bit of a heavy seam, so I'm not sure. And they are $8 a piece, which is a bit too much for me for resale. Let's leave those on the shelf. Down here, some purple glass. Oh, that's Z Gallery. That used to be one of my very favorite stores as a young person. Used to love to browse in there. Another new cart's come out, and I'm excited because I've been looking for a new kitchen paper towel holder. The one we have is wood, and it literally takes 100 turns to unscrew the top to put the new towel in. This is a bit manky. It could use a good wash, but I think it's going to be perfect. And Chris is going to love me for that. I am sure this wasn't here the first go around because I would have noticed. This is a Scentsy wall plug-in wax warmer. You pop it in the wall, you put some wax beads or blocks in the top, and it makes your house smell lovely. Day of the Dead skull design. It's $8, but that's a great find. We've rounded the corner into the seasonal aisle, and another great find. This is a vintage gemmy inflatable Halloween ornament. It's an elephant, $6, 3.5 feet tall. And my son Jake loves to demonstrate these. Stay tuned. In a segment after the haul, we'll set it up. It's an elephant. Lots of things on these shelves. I think we've seen this before. A little vintage glass box, sadly broken on 2 panels. That's such a shame. Speaking of seasons and Halloween, Jake and my dad went shopping and came home with enormous pumpkins. So after the haul, I'll put in some clips of Jake carving his pumpkin. That's a Hallmark candle. This one is damaged. Very lightweight. That's a modern piece. Not sure about this. I think it's decorative. Looks like a Hobby Lobby maybe. I don't know if that sat on some bigger blocks. Little welcome Halloween sign. All sorts of decor. We got pails and a big ceramic peep. Costumes and wigs. You have to have a bit of a dig on these shelves because everything is stacked up. Here's a carafe or a coffee pot that is going to get broken, so let's pop it safely up here. These shelves don't have the plastic liner on them, so if you're not careful, little legs fall through. Here's a framed plate. Sometimes these wood frames can do quite well, but collector plates are so plentiful in the marketplace. They just don't sell well for me at all. Souvenir hooks from Costa Rica. Let's see. Cushions. Loads of costumes and accessories. Here's some little gingerbread men cookie cutters and a spatula. Big baggie of cards. Ooh, this is a scene setter. Decor that goes all around an inside room. I'll definitely pick that up. You often ask if I have any of these in stock, especially the Sleepy Cat. This is an Indiana glass votive candle holder, only $4. This fellow would be the perfect addition to Halloween decor with a black or green candle. It's our second go around the store, and I can't believe I missed these the first time. Very colourful, ultra modern. They look like bone china. I'm going to look them up on eBay to see if they're worth picking up for resale. Those mugs only resell about $10 each, so we'll leave them. This looks old, but it is painted. You can tell because the bottom's clear. I think originally it had a wire around the lip there, and it was used as a lantern. Here's a vintage piece, a lovely carved wood butterfly napkin holder. It's $3. It's in nice condition. It could use a good coat of mineral oil, but we can easily do that together later in the video. I like the shape of this glass storage jar. It's got a cork top. Ooh, these Wilton cookie molds are one of my favorite things for the holidays. They're so versatile. You can make shortbread cookies, hang them up as decorations, or my favorite, use them to make a big solid chocolate bar. This looks like it's ceramic. A saucepan or a sauce pot, lidded, Nice quality, good weight, 1.5 quarts, it's $6. No chips or cracks. It's a really nice shape. I think we'll grab that. It's a lidded little gravy boat here. I think that would sit in some sort of warmer possibly. Egg carton. Over here in the lamp section, I have found a little Christmas ornament. It's a blown glass angel in a dome, and she lights up. Now, some of these are LED and they rotate all different colors. Looks like she needs some new batteries, but we can easily replace those, and I'll show you how she looks in the hall. This is a little house, but sadly it's missing its chimney. John Hopkins. Oh, I'm really sad about that because it looks like that would be a really cute little nightlight when it's plugged in. Let's have a little stroll through the small artwork and frames. If you watched my last video, we found the cutest little vintage chalkware poodle, and I'm looking for its pair. There's a rooster piece. Laugh, live, love. It's not ever such great quality, so I'm going to leave it. All sorts of frames. As usual, no sign of our little poodle, unfortunately, but we'll definitely keep looking. Moving into the larger artwork and frames, this piece caught my eye because I know I have a piece in a similar frame at home. It's hand painted, and this appears to be two. It's an oil painting. I love the look of that. Mountains and trees. Let's pop that underneath our cart and keep checking, because where there's one, there may be more. I'm always on the lookout. Oh, this matches. Look, same. It's flowers. Those are gorgeous. Again, oil painting. It has a velvet band on the frame. That's lovely. I'm sure this was donated with the other one, and I see two more here. This one, another landscape, a lovely church with a bridge. These are all signed and definitely oil painted. Linen band on the frame on that one, and this one, another flower piece. This matches the other one with the black velvet band, white and yellow roses. That is so exciting. I am loving these pieces. Let's see, any more? That almost looks like a cork-backed mat that's been framed. That's super duper heavy. I think we will leave that one. Really having a thorough look through since we found the oil paintings. Anything with a gold frame I definitely want to have a close look at. That's a lovely canvas. Girl with a horse, definitely mass produced and modern though. Let's make sure we don't have any more similar gold frame pieces over here. Let's make sure we look at everything. This is interesting. Here's a dogs with cards piece. I've never seen one like this before. It actually has a 3D ceramic piece, or two pieces attached at the front. A little bit creepy. The box and the dog in the chair. Very modern looking. It's $15. There's a leather couch next to the artwork here, and I just want to set these out so we can have a good look at them all together. These are really lovely, and I'm so excited they're in like 2 sets of 2. There's 2 floral pieces. Those. And we have 2 landscape pieces. They're just gorgeous. I almost missed this piece. I just happened to turn back around and I saw a clown, his face and hair, his body. And it's actually, let's see, $12.99. An amazing collage of hand-drawn and cut-out pieces. Walking down this aisle, I've seen a couple of pieces I want to take a closer look at. The first is a crocheted pillow. Let's see. That's a bit see-through, that one. And the other is a kitchen towel over here. No, definitely a modern piece. Guess what? We have another inflatable. It's an elephant. Do stay tuned. I had a bit of a hummingbird feeder disaster this week. It doesn't wiggle around anymore. And here we go with a rundown of the top 5 best-selling items from my last haul. Coming in at number 5, the vintage lacquerware planter with the gorgeous red flowers. I paid $4 for it and I sold it for $32. At number 4, the vintage alabaster stone fruit. And if you didn't catch my last video, do go back and watch, because we transformed these 4 pieces with a good coat of mineral oil. You won't believe the difference. I paid just $5 for the set and I sold them for $30. In the number 3 slot, the adorable Christmas squirrel lidded canister. I paid up a bit for this, didn't realize it was $8, but it all worked out because I sold it for $28. At number 2, the glass domed cheese cloche. We found the base at Goodwill for $10 and I had 2 possible domes at home. This clear one fit the best. I paid $13 for the set and I sold it for $32. And at number 1, the best-selling item from my last haul, the vintage hand-painted pink depression glass serving tray with the handle. I paid $10 for it, but I sold it for $42. There are still some treasures from my last haul available for purchase. You can find them in my store, thriftingvegas.com. So after this video, please hop over there and have a browse. Here on my table is everything we found at Goodwill and everything I mentioned. Let's start over here with our lovely little angel mounted on a cross. She is definitely vintage, very unique, and I am asking $12 for her. Next is this fun piece. It's a secret lockbox designed to house a gift. The recipient needs to figure out how to open the box with the clues on the outside. I had a quick go and I failed miserably. Couldn't work it out at all. It does have a solution for you inside the little instruction booklet, but super fun. I am asking $14. Next, we have our little Eskimo baking soda holder. She is plastic in lovely condition, definitely vintage. It's not often you find these in their original box, which is in surprisingly nice condition. I am asking $14. on the little Eskimo. Made in Tunisia little oil vessel here. It's signed on the bottom, made in Tunisia, hand painted. It is missing its cork or stopper, but it would be a lovely little bud vase. I'm asking $14. Here is our welcome musical chime. Now, as we know, unfortunately, 3 of the little chime bars are missing, but those could definitely be replaced if you are crafty. I'm asking $24 on the lovely wood carved welcome sign. I'm so glad this little cast iron teapot was still at Goodwill and it didn't end up in a landfill, because your ideas for it were so good. I think my favorite would have to be the planter. The black would look so lovely with a cactus or a succulent or even a trailing ivy. It is quite heavy, so it could definitely be used as a doorstop as well. I am asking $12. Back here is probably my favorite find, this gorgeous woven basket here. It has a sort of a tribal design worked into it, beautiful earthy colors, and it has a hook for hanging at the top. I am asking $36. Our placemats here, there's a set of 3. They are all the same, oranges, really nice quality. I'm asking $25 on the set of 3. Do stay tuned. I had a bit of a hummingbird feeder disaster this week, and this one I found is definitely going to save the day. I'm including this decorative pumpkin in my haul. It's not quite my color scheme, so hopefully it does go with yours. I am asking $14. It's not a real one. It is made of plastic, so you can use it year after year, both for fall and Halloween and even up through Thanksgiving. We found this lovely wooden carved butterfly napkin holder at Goodwill. It does, as you can see, need some mineral oil at the base and all over. I'm excited to share that with you. So again, stay tuned. That will come right after this haul. All fixed up, I am asking $14 on the butterfly napkin holder. I also have this one. It's a rose. This too could use a coating of oil. We'll do that at the same time. I'm asking $12 on this one. Let's back up over here. Here's our cutting board oil that we're going to use to bring these 2 pieces back to life. I did order a case of these because several of you asked if I could ship a bottle with your order, and I am asking $12 a bottle on the mineral oil. Scene setters are vintage Halloween decorations. They are a 50-foot long room roll which covers your walls and makes the whole room into the specific design. In this case, it is a graveyard, 50-foot long, designed to decorate the room. I am asking $28. Let me just lift this up to show you that it does, in fact, go the whole length of a room like that. Our ceramic sauce pot. This is a lovely piece. Really nice quality. The brand is Dr. Mercola. It's 1.5 quarts. I am asking $36. I was just thinking this would be perfect for gravy on the Thanksgiving table. If your house is anything like mine, the gravy boat runs out all too quickly, and this is a super size. Our little angel blown and spun glass ornament. Look at her. She's playing a little violin or viola in the middle. The outside is snowflakes. I did change the battery and I had my fingers crossed and it paid off. She does work. I'm just going to flip her little switch here and you will see that she does in fact change color. We go from green through red and pink, blue, green again. She's absolutely lovely. I am asking $18. I'm just going to pop her off here so we don't waste the battery. Again, $18 on the little angel ornament. I love this little vase. Water lilies are among my favorite, and I think, well, maybe they're not. They look like water lilies, but if you know what kind of flower that is, do let me know. They have a water lily look to them. This would be super with a little posy of white flowers in. I am asking $12. This piece is Scentsy and they're quite hard to find. It's a Day of the Dead skull. It's a wax warmer that you plug into the wall and it has an on-off switch. I'll pop in a picture here so you can see what it looks like when it's turned on. It could also function as a nightlight. I am asking $28. As I mentioned in the store, these Wilton cookie molds or chocolate molds or ornaments are among my favorite things at Christmas. These are so versatile and fun. As I mentioned, cookies, chocolate, it says fondant, marzipan and crafts. You can hang them as an ornament. You could even put a salt flour dough clay in them and make ornaments for kids to decorate. I am asking $12 a piece on the cookie molds. Staying with Christmas, we have this lovely pie server. It has a super little illustration of snowman with a sled and a bunny. It's ceramic. I am asking $12. Our Indiana glass sleeping kitten here. She's so lovely and wonderful condition. The original label is under there. I'm asking $14. In the Goodwill store, we saw one of these. It was an owl, and unfortunately, it was very, very damaged. So I couldn't bring it home. But as I mentioned, I have this bear one. It's a little bear cub's face. He's a paperweight or decoration. Lovely, lovely piece. I'm asking $14. And last but not least, I wanted to include this because the colours go so beautifully with our woven basket back here. It's a wooden basket filled with vintage grapes. Just a lovely decoration for fall. I am asking $18 for the basket and the grapes. I have a sleeping puppy dog over here. And next, we are going to take a look at the lovely artwork we found. I have it lined up against my stone wall here. This is the first one. It's mountains with trees. This is the smallest of the pieces here. Lovely frame. I am asking $28. It would be lovely to have these two positioned on the wall together in a little grouping. This one is a church with a little river and a bridge. Lovely fall colors in the background. Again, I am asking $28. Next, we have our two floral oil paintings. The first one is a vertical. It's yellow roses in a vase. The frame has a velvet border, absolutely lovely. And I did want to share a little trick on cleaning this velvet part. As you can see, the top is cleaner than the side here. And all I do is take a piece of tape, run it down the velvet, get it into the crack and sort of run it down with your nail, smooth it over and then peel it away, and that picks up all the dust and dirt from the velvet. I'll show you again on this one. Beautiful pink and greeny blue roses, this time in a basket. This is a horizontal piece, but again, they would look stunning as a pair on the wall. I've cleaned the top and the right hand side of this one. So let's pop some tape. I think we can reuse this piece of tape down this side, which, as you can see, is quite dusty. Like that. We'll run it into the corner carefully, pushing down, and then when we remove it, what a difference. Again, the floral pieces framed are $28 a piece. This piece I can't stop looking at. It's absolutely amazing. I'm not a huge fan of clowns, but this guy is fantastic. He is comprised and collaged together with all different pieces, all different means or methods of creation here, from pencil to, I think there's some paint and charcoal, and also pieces cut from magazines or books. Really creative piece. I am asking $75 on this framed piece. Last but not least, I wanted to include this piece that I had. It's by the artist Ricard. It's a still life wine with a pitcher and fruit. This is a vintage piece. It's showing a little age on the linen mat, but I think that really adds to its character and history. This one I'm asking $35. If you see something you would like to purchase, please send me an email. It's thriftingvegas.tiffany@gmail.com. Please include your name, your address, the item you're interested in, and your offer. As you know, I get many offers on many of the items, so please feel free to offer a few dollars over my asking price to give yourself the best chance at being able to purchase the item. If you have the high offer, I will send you an email with a PayPal invoice about 24 hours after the video release, and any items left over and unsold will go up on my website, thriftingvegas.com. As you can see, our carved wooden napkin holders are in quite rough shape. This one especially down at the base here, very, very cracked. Now, I don't expect those cracks to disappear entirely, but I know that with an application of my favorite Howard's cutting board oil, this is food safe, and I love to use this with anything that is going to come into contact with food, from utensils to serving bowls to napkin holders. I have my bottle I use here, and all we are going to do is just drizzle some oil on the piece. And as always, immediately we see a difference, a color change as the oil soaks into the thirsty wood here. I'm just going to give it a rub. Now, for some reason, the body of the butterfly isn't in as rough condition as the base, but the whole piece is going to get some oil like that. The color is changing. What I'm going to do is put a liberal coat all over this piece. I'll leave it overnight and then do another coat. And the same with this one. Not as thirsty, this rose, but could definitely do with a good conditioning to make it last a long, long time. Let me rub the oil over both of these pieces and I'll come right back. We applied the oil and I am absolutely thrilled with how these pieces turned out. There's still some cracking at the base of the butterfly, but the wood looks so much better, nice and rich and nourished. And in the morning, I will put one more coat on that one. This piece didn't need as much oil. You can tell because it's not being immediately absorbed. I think there's a deeper glaze on this piece, so the wood isn't absorbing as much of the oil. Lovely piece. Napkin holders are $12 on the rose and $14 on our butterfly. If you watch my channel, you'll remember the incredible sculptural face plaque that we found at Broadacres Market. Now, as you probably remember, it was very, very damaged, chipped and cracked at the front, and had a massive crack down the back that was really compromising its integrity. So I did a bit of research and I found the artists, Dana and Jeannie of Paper and Stone. I got in touch with them and they were gracious enough to allow me to send the piece back to them for repair. Now, I'm very excited because obviously we have received the piece back repaired. I'm opening it for the first time now so we can take a look at it together. The packaging is amazing. Lots and lots of lovely bubble wrap to keep it safe. And oh, look, it is saran wrapped and cardboard wrapped here. Let me scoot that back. Let's see, how do we do this? Let's take our knife. I am so excited to see this piece. It's absolutely incredible work of art, all famous historical figures. I am going to open this quickly and I'll be right back. The packaging was outstanding. The piece was just not moving in that saran wrap. Absolutely perfect. I know you are as anxious as I am to see this piece. The cutest little cat card that says thank you. It's like a pass the parcel. Who knows what a pass the parcel is? Or is that a very English thing? Pass the parcel is a party game that we would play where there's just endless wrapping. It goes from a very big parcel down to the littlest parcel. Almost there. Wow, beautiful strong repair on the back. It doesn't wiggle around anymore. Look at that. Absolutely stunning, as good as new. Jeannie and Dana of Paper and Stone, thank you so much. This piece is absolutely incredible. What you got, Jake? That's a big one. Yeah. What are you going to carve?
Ghost face.
Oh yeah. Careful of your fingers. Okay, I'll check back in a minute. You're going to put the seeds in one and the guts in the other?
Seeds and yeah.
Good idea. And we'll make roasted pumpkin seeds?
Yeah, we're probably going to have a lot.
I think so. That's a huge pumpkin. Jake is working really hard on this pumpkin and it looks great. We've got the dagger here and then, what's his name?
Ghostface.
Ghostface.
Or Scream.
Or Scream over here. We've got this really cool carving tool that takes batteries. That's come in really handy. That's going to look really good, Jay. Here's Jake's finished carved pumpkin. He's going to light it so we can get the full effect. Oh my goodness, that looks amazing, Jake. It's Scream with a dagger. Can you reach? Try going in through his mouth over here. There you go. That looks fantastic. Put the lid on. What a great job you did. So Jake, before you go, I have something else for you to do for me. Guess what? We have another inflatable. It's an elephant. So let's see if it works. Supposedly it's 3.5 feet tall. It's just like our others. Comes with everything. Hopefully it Still lights up inside, so don't knock your jack-o'-lantern over. Do you want to move the chair a bit? Here comes Ziggy to inspect the elephant. Here we go. I can hear something happening. Oh, Bandit is here as well. Hi, Bee. Oh, he's so cute. Does he light up?
Yeah, he lights up like me.
And he says trick or treat on the side. That's so cute. He's super cute. Let's see the side of him, Jay. He's fantastic. Thank you. So I had a bit of a hummingbird feeder mishap this week. The plastic loop at the top of my feeder broke and the whole thing fell absolutely full into the flower border. So I picked it up and wrapped a bit of wire around the glass, fed it through the top and thought I had fixed it. I refilled it, hung it up, and it started leaking like crazy. And I noticed that there's a massive crack in the bottom plastic. So this is not usable. So as you can imagine, I was very happy to find this one at Goodwill, but unfortunately, one of the little feeders is broken. However, these are great, and you can actually pull the little flowers off and they come apart. It makes it wonderful for cleaning. So all we're going to do is replace this little yellow flower here with one from our old broken feeder, and it's good as new.